Are we live?
And we live.
Welcome to the Monkey Baby Shower.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello. Did you send next the link in case he wanted to come out?
Oh, yeah, you can shoot him over a link.
Okay.
I didn't think about that. I didn't know if he'd want to come up while we were doing this or if he'd want to chill in the chat or what. But if he wants to come up, that's cool.
Extra.
Hey, monkey business. We just handling some monkey business.
No, what the fuck? Hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. And then check up here.
Hey, Clarence. Let me go ahead and greet everybody in the chat. We got Newbie Booby. Games account. Welcome. Monkey business. Kim. Kim is here, but she's coming. 100%.
100%.
100%.
He's 100% a girl or a guy?
I have no idea.
Because I don't want to address that person in the wrong way and offend.
I know.
Well,
I'm not sure though.
It's just a front porch baby shower.
Right. We got males and Jenna May. Oh, and I skipped too far. Clancy, Minnie Mojo.
Okay, games.
Story of how the monkey came to you. Well, I'm going to get him from a breeder next weekend.
Oh yeah, don't forget about noon.
Oh, yeah, I can do it now that I'm actually live. I can do it. It wouldn't let me do it a while ago.
No monkey live birth.
No.
That would be for the OnlyFans.
Right.
Only. That's what that would be.
No, that's not him, but that is the type that I'm getting. That is the type that I'm getting, and it'll look very similar to that. That one's probably about the same age. That was just a stock photo that I found to use, but that is a long-tail macaque baby. Hey, lovely Lisa.
No, sometimes people have greatness thrust upon them. I'm sorry, Noob.
I was waiting to see.
Probably by next week, right?
Next weekend. Bethany, for one, if you get one, it's really not a pet. It's more of a companion. I got interested in it due to seeing the amount of abuse macaque monkeys are subject to. They're very, very abused. They're also the most popular monkeys for labs and stuff, for medical research. They're losing a lot of their habitat due to deforestation, people moving in. A lot of the monkeys have started they'll take over villages and break in your houses and all kind of stuff. And so I got really interested in them and kind of started educating myself on what it was. Because first I had to figure out what it was. Minnie Mojo, you can't get a rescue monkey.
Those
you might get a rehome that comes from a bad home or something like that. But there's really no such thing in the States as having a rescue monkey. No, this will be my first one. This will be my first one.
However, she lives in a where she lives, there's other owners out there. So it's not like she's on this on her own. It's not like, no. There hasn't been any studying. There's been an immense amount of studying, and So it's going to be okay.
Yeah. And it's not, I didn't just like research stuff and then decide, this is what I'm going to do. I researched it, found out what type of monkey it was that I kind of had a bleeding heart for because I couldn't figure out what they were. Finally figured out what they were. And it was later on that I actually realized that you could have them in your homes, at least for my state. I wouldn't know. They're not legal in Canada at all. Yeah, in Canada, it's not legal at all. Most of the UK, it's not either. And there are some states that you can't.
No, we live in Texas.
We're in Texas, so the breeder that I'm using is known all throughout the states. He is in South Texas. He has a multi-million-dollar facility. These are monkeys that are very, very well cared for. He has over 600 primates at this location. Hey, Pearl. They are very well treated. They come very healthy. There will be paperwork with the monkey. Only legal in a few states, I see. Florida also. Yes, it's also legal in Florida. Yeah. So it all depends on where you live, if you can have them or not. And that's important too, because it is traumatic. And this is the thing that Mini Mojo, I like the questions you're asking because get this, I don't agree with them being bred and sold. I don't agree with it at all. However, I can disagree with it all day long. Everybody can hate it all day long, but it will not stop it from happening. So I feel that I'm doing my part by getting one and knowing that it will have a good home. It will have good care, and it will always be with me. Because we're not going to stop breeding any more than you're going to stop people from breeding dogs or cats or anything like that. So, hey, Dragon Lady. So I don't mind the questions that you're asking at all, Mini Mojo. Not at all.
They're good questions.
Yeah. And hey, you may ask something that I hadn't thought about yet that I may want to educate myself on. So ask away. Oh, Dragon Lady, I had to cut a bunch of my tomato plants down. Not down, but like cut a lot out of them. It was a big old mess. That weather damaged my plants. But it's a commitment. I definitely don't think of it as a pet. It's a companion for sure. It's definitely a member of your family. We have to remember how intelligent they are, how close their DNA is to ours. There's less than a 2% difference in macaque DNA from our DNA. And they're very intelligent. They're very social animals. What is the lifespan of the breed that I'm getting? Anywhere from 20 to 40 years. So I'm saying it's a straight up commitment. It is a commitment. And if you don't have the time and the patience to do it, don't do it. If you have a full-time job, do not get one. Because they literally need you 24/7. He will be attached to me 24/7. Literally attached to me 24/7 for about the first year of his life. And if you don't have the time to do that, don't do it. If you're going to get one and then throw it in a cage for 10 hours a day, bring it out for a couple of hours and think that you're going to have a well-adjusted, mentally developed and psychologically developed monkey, you won't. And they're just like us as far as they have good days, they have bad days. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. He's going to throw stuff at me. I'm going to get bit. That's just part of it. That's the straight up, honest to God, the truth of it. I'm going to get bit. It's going to happen. But you teach them not to do it.
Yeah, it's just like a baby. That's the baby shower.
Right.
And Lisa lives out in the country. So, there's plenty of space and plenty of fun.
Oh yeah.
Plenty of stuff to do. Keep him happy. And Lisa's home. She's not working right now, and she's home, and her family is extremely supportive of her and her decision, and her children are in love with the idea. Her husband's cool with it. Her mother, everybody.
Oh my God, my mother is so excited. It's unreal.
It's just like she's adopted a baby.
Yeah. Mini Mojo. Oh, no. You don't offend me at all. Not at all. I mean, like I said, ask away, because you might trigger a question that, maybe I need to research something that I don't have the answer to yet.
That maybe she didn't think of, and it might be
it'd be like having a toddler for 20 years.
Yeah.
Not a baby. I mean, they will get out of that infant stage, but they will basically be toddler. But it's a toddler that can climb your curtains and jump up in trees to get away from you, and it's a strong toddler that can do some damage. But full grown, he'll be under 10 pounds. So it's not like I'm getting a chimpanzee that can rip my arms off and beat me with them. But they still can carry a very ferocious bite. They can still do damage. Yes, you said it the other day. I disagree with sugar glider breeding, but I have 4. Okay, so you follow me with what I'm talking about on that.
Yeah, we saved.
God forbid. Well, yes, Bethany, yes, because you do want to make sure that in the event that something happens to you, that they are taken care of. Yes. And the cool thing was when I started getting involved in this and I started talking to people, I met people that have the one lady that I go to the most for questions and stuff. She has 47 years experience with having them. And her first was the type that I'm getting, a long-tailed macaque. She had him from the time he was 10 days old until the day he died at 40. She is a wealth of information. And of course, that's not the only one she's had. She's got 6 right now. I couldn't do that though. I couldn't. One's enough. I'm good with one.
Yeah. I adopted a bunch of dragons that people didn't know how to take care of. They didn't have the proper lighting. They didn't have the proper food. They didn't have the proper anything. Their cages were too small, and we had to nurse them back to health. Luckily, most of them got a home. Luckily, but I went through the process of because it took us a minute to get these babies in good health.
I bet.
So once we got them to good health, I had to ask these people like a list of questions, because I just ran out of room for the tanks. Like, those are big tanks. And if they didn't have the right answer, they didn't get the animal. So yes,
there are people that will rehome a monkey quickly once they hit, say, 3 or 4 years old, and they're basically going through puberty, because that's when they're going to start trying you, and they're really going to start testing you. They're not going to want to cuddle and love on you all the time anymore.
Yeah,
they're going to test you. Mm-hmm. They're going to challenge you for that alpha position, and you have to maintain that position, and you have to work with them, and you have to get them through it. You can't. Julie
wants to know the name.
Oh, yeah. Look what that is. Oh,
you got them. You're gonna love those when you go swimming.
These are the transition ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I want to see what difference it makes. Mm-hmm. Like when I'm looking at my phone when I'm in the pool, because when that sun is shining, you can't see the phone.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I'm definitely gonna be trying them out. But yeah, you can't just be ready to throw the towel in on one. You wouldn't throw the towel in on one of your kids. So when they start getting difficult and they start trying you, it's not like they get difficult and then they stay difficult for the rest of their life. That's not what happens.
Right.
But for a couple of years, it's going to be rough, and you have to be willing to work through it. And that's why it's so important that, You don't just see one and go, oh my God, it's so cute. I'm going to get this. No, you need to talk to people that have years and years and years experience.
Mm-hmm. And she's got sons who are, how would you even describe your kids? Giants. And that monkey is not going to do much damage if he decides to get moody. You know, like they're
right.
They're little.
Right. And my kids are older too. If you have young kids, you should never have one in the home ever. Because that monkey, when they hit that stage that I'm talking about, they will bully your children. And they may attack your kids because they're going to want to be above them. They're not going to want to be in the bottom of the hierarchy. They want to challenge them for that position. So you should never have them if you have small children. Mine, though, my youngest is 6'4". We're good. We're good.
Did you tell Julie the name?
Oh, Julie, the name is Sammy Dean.
Sammy Dean. Sammy Dean. Sam and Dean. Winchester, remember? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. I got the message, Pearl. I'll bring that up. Well, I'll do it in a minute. Yes, he will be. Oh, thank you, Kanish. I don't know what I was thinking though. It took me forever to straighten it. It was hot. It's humid. By the time I got done straightening it, I still had like wet spots in places and stuff because it's so humid. And
see all these flyaways. The bathroom gets really hot, and I'm just like, they've seen worse.
That's what I'm kind of like. I don't know why I did it. That's the first time I have straightened my hair since we moved because I had to straighten it.
Well, it's an appointment.
I didn't know where it was.
We're getting ready for Mr. Sammy. It's going to be a thing.
Yes. And he will be a part of the channel, Julie. I'm not going to change the way I do my live streaming and like me and Punky doing comedy and stuff like that and all of our panels. We're not changing any of that. That'll stay the same, except that you'll see him when we're doing panels and things. Now, we may do streams where it's a question and answer about him, and I will do videos about him that will strictly be uploads. But my live streams are not going to change. It's just that he'll be an addition too, I guess. But you'll see him a lot, Minnie Mo. You'll see him a lot. Yes, moist spots, noob. Moist spots.
How are you going to spell his name? Is it Sammy Dean? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. We want to move on along with stuff.
Yes, I'm going to open presents.
Okay. Because I got a couple boxes.
Open presents.
I already did the thing so that,
yes,
we didn't have to do that part of it. Let's see what we got here. And this is from Punky.
Yeah.
So
look at the
they're so tiny. Is that what this is? Oh, is that wipes?
Yeah. I think so.
Oh, cool. Yes, it is. More wipes. Oh, girl. Yeah. You can't have enough diapers on wipes.
Never.
That will definitely get used. Let's chow.
Even to clean up after them. Like how many times have y'all grabbed a baby wipe to clean off that high chair? Yes.
Well, yeah, in their hands, in their feet, and because they eat with their hands. Of course, it'll be a while before we have to worry about food. And these are those bottles I wanted. Because I don't want to keep him on pet bottles. I want to transition him to regular baby. Oh my God, they're so tiny. These are actual preemie bottles. There's 3 of them. Oh my God, it's so little. Ooh, that plastic's strong. Look how small that is.
Oh,
It's a 2-ounce feeder, which that's about what they'll eat at a time is 2 ounces.
Look how little it is.
Little nipple. It's so tiny. It even says premium on it. Because I want him to be able to have an actual bottle and not those pet bottles. Because those pet bottles, they're so thin. If they get to sucking real hard on them, it'll make the bottle collapse.
Yeah.
And you can't do that with these.
Mm-hmm.
So that is awesome. And Pearl just sent me a gift card on Amazon.
Yay!
I know, I'm so excited. Because there's more stuff I got to buy. Let me put this back this away and get to this other box. This one's heavy.
Ooh. What is it? What is it?
This is from... Oh, this is from Kim. Oh, Lord Jesus, help me, Jesus.
Yes!
Big old mega thing of wipes. 576 wipes.
You're going to be like good for a whole year. Maybe. No, 6 months. Maybe. Depending.
Huh?
Yeah, I might even use them.
Scott said I might even use it. And I think I know what this other thing is. I think I know. It is. It's the baby wrap.
For preemie?
The wraps don't really have a size so much.
They can get quite big.
Yeah. But that's okay because we can always adjust it. And it's the color I wanted too. Yes. See, now I even have my wrap for next weekend. Because I was just talking earlier today that when we go down and get him, I will hold him coming back. Because that is traumatizing.
Yeah.
They've been taken from their moms and then they've been stuck in a pet carrier for a few days where they're just coming out to get fed and diapered. They're not getting held. And I know that sounds really cruel for the breeders to do that. But the thing is you don't want them to bond to somebody there. You want them to bond with whoever that owner is going to be. So that's a 5.5 hour drive. I'm not having him in a pet carrier that long. He's going to be scared. He doesn't know what's going on. So I will hold him and let him cling to me. That way, from when he is starting to get used to me, and they find comfort, and they will cling to just about anything that is warm and cuddly. Yeah. Whether it's a cat, a dog, it doesn't matter. They want that warmth and they want to hear your heartbeat. And since we'll be in a car, of course, you don't want to just rely on them clinging, and you don't want them to wear themselves out clinging. Right. So even earlier today, I said, well, I'll just go ahead and get the wrap. And then that way I can secure him to me. So I know that he's not going anywhere. And I got my wrap.
That's awesome.
Because I never used one of these. They didn't have these things when my kids were little.
No. You know what?
They had weird things that you had to strap to the front of you, and those were not good.
Never went well because it would pull the fuck out of your back or pull the front, part of you out. Yeah, they were not cool. I didn't like them. I hated them. Fuck that. It was less painful just to carry the baby around than to have them in that thing.
Right. That's how I did too. I couldn't do it. It hurt my back too bad.
Yes. Those are awesome. So we're good as far as starting, right? Not that, okay, so Lisa didn't need any of this. She was going to go buy it on her own. Let me just make that clear. And I'm like, no, let's have a baby shower because it's fun. Baby showers are always so fun, especially for females. We're all like, oh, my God, it's fun. So that's why we're doing this, because it was my idea. She could
It
have done
was.
all the
Punky's like, no, you're filling out a baby registry. This is what you're doing. Julie, we can send you the link for the baby registry. I didn't want anybody to feel like they had to send anything, but at the same time, y'all have everybody that supports me, and pretty much our channels are kind of interchangeable at this point. Everybody has like been a part of this whole thing. Like, even as I got interested and started talking about them, and then when I finally made that decision that, okay, this is what we're going to do. And so by doing this, it was just another way to kind of let people feel like they were a part of what was going on. Oh, there you go. Punky dropped the wish list and the thingy, the chat. Thank you, Michaela. Yes, thank you very much, Kim and Punky and Pearl.
Absolutely. And it's just for fun, only if you can or you want to. Only if you want to. If you guys want to send her something, it's just fun to dress up. Like, maybe you see an outfit that is so super cute and you got Sammy on the brain. If you want to get that thing for Sammy, you do that. If you don't, that's okay too. Cool.
Right.
Nobody's, no guilt trip here, guys.
Oh, no, Michaela, it's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay. I don't want anybody to feel bad because they can't or whatever. Look, we get it. Times have been tough for everybody lately, and don't want anybody to feel guilty that they can't. It's okay. I know that I've got your support. You're here, and that's what's important. I don't, I'm not worried about the other
stuff.
Showed
up, that you're commenting, that, you're being supportive, asking questions, that is that's good stuff.
Right.
Pearl wants you to check and make sure that went to your email or went to wherever it was supposed to go.
Double check shipping address on the baby registry. It should have been fine because Punky and Kim both sent me stuff through it. They used the registry.
You know what? Monkey business?
I don't yet. But Scott and I actually have talked about that because we figured that people probably will want to
eventually start.
Yeah.
Sending him toys or.
Right. Or even if they want to send letters and stuff like that. We're going to give it a little bit once we have him. And then we will go ahead and get a P.O. box so that we can give that out for people that if somebody wants to send something to him.
So when Sammy comes home, are you wanting to maybe step back from live streaming and just focus on bonding, maybe do an upload, or are you just wanting to what is your plan on how that's going to go?
I'm not sure. I probably will not be seen quite as much once I get him, simply because we're going to be developing a new routine. And we're going to be getting used to having a baby that needs us up in the middle of the night and getting him on learning his feeding schedule, when they want to eat. And they have to eat like every 2 to 3 hours. They don't eat but about 2 ounces at a time. But those little bitty things have a very, very super fast metabolism. They burn food very quickly. So I may do a stream like here and there if I can, and I'm not absolutely exhausted. But I am going to try to do videos that are going to be strictly about him. Definitely will be uploads. We are going to try to do a good upload as far as our trip down to get him. We'll video some on the way down there. We'll video getting up to the gates. After that, I'm not sure how much I'll be able to video once we're there. And then, of course, we'll do some videoing and stuff on the way home, and we'll compact it into a video for everybody.
You may have to go in and recheck that because I had to.
Let's see.
I'm so excited. But as of now, it's next weekend, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next Saturday.
Wow. Great.
In fact, by this time next Saturday, we should almost be back home with him. We will leave about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, get down there, get him, and come on back home. We're gonna be tired.
Mhm.
Okay, how do I figure out?
Yeah, I can't believe my mom came by today. I was like, Mom, what are you doing? Go home. Stay safe. She's like, fuck that. It's like, I can't do it anymore. And she brought me some rings and some earrings because she likes to get on those. What is that website? Where you auction, but you got like 30 seconds to try to beat the next person or whatever. It's
oh, I've never heard
Top
of that.
Hat. Top Hat. So she gets on there and she just does it for fun. And she gets all these little jewelry things.
I check my settings, and all my settings are right to where whoever buys something, it should be able to send it back. It should mail it to me. All my settings are set for it to do that. So, did you hear that YouTube changed? You can't smoke, vape, or drink alcohol on screen, or you'll be demonetized. Oh, I did hear something about that. I keep forgetting.
Yeah. So it looks like some of us might be like going somewhere else soon.
I'm just gonna have to get used to when I do that, turning my camera off.
Well, and you're not going to do it when you have the baby, you know? That's
Yeah, I won't be. That's why I got vape.
We're not monetized. No worries.
What are the pros and cons of male versus female? So the male is going to bond to a female caregiver, like their main caregiver being a female. It's going to bond to that person, and it's going to stay bonded to that person. A female.
My bad. I didn't know it was going to be that bad. Good diet, Dr. Pepper, my bad.
Could I offer you a wipe?
I know a few people that might need one right now.
Right? That was awesome. And a male will also stay friendly and tolerant of other males that he's around as long as he grows up with those people. A female, once she hits about that age range of like 3, 4 years old, 5 years old, they're going to pull away from the mom, and they're going to bond to the males in the house at that point, and they will not want anything to do with that other female. Sometimes that's not always the case. You always have instances where that's not what happens. But for me, knowing that, and also with a female, they have a menstrual cycle just like humans. And with that being said, they can have all of the issues that humans can have too. They can have endometriosis, they can have ovarian cyst, all kind of stuff. So I'd just much rather have a male. Much rather have a male. And yes, he will be new.
Boys. She has sons. She doesn't have any daughters, so let's not curse her like that. No. I have teenage daughters. I speak myself.
So much for some larger YouTubers getting drunk and giving. Oh, Michaela, they'll do it anyway, and they won't get in trouble. They can enable YouTube only allow males. But yes, Minnie Mo, he will be neutered. But you don't get them neutered until they're about 2 years old, because they do need that testosterone to grow. But you do want to get them neutered before they hit puberty. So around 2 years old is when you actually get them neutered. I'm trying to make sure I wasn't skipping any good questions. Oh, you'll definitely get a pick, Pearl. Don't y'all know that when we get back on the road, coming back home next weekend, I'll be blowing up everybody's all my friends, they gonna be getting blown up with pictures of the baby.
So I'm looking at ThreadUp. It's like a where people sell their used clothes or whatever online for preemie clothes. But I mean, what they have is like, either barely used or still tags on it, stuff like that. That I'm gonna look up and see what kind of stuff they got. I'm just looking.
That's a good idea. I didn't think about ThreadUp. I always forget about that.
Yes, girl.
Noob. He'll be about 10 pounds full grown solo and stand head to foot, maybe 2 feet. He'll probably be a little shorter than that. Noob said he'll be about the size of Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. No, you silly.
Not too far off.
Oh my goodness, they're so little.
Long tail Knish, long tail. It's the long tail macaque. Their tails are as long, if not a little longer than head to foot. Very long tail. Do y'all have the... Yeah, y'all have the long tail macaques there, don't you, Knish?
Excuse me.
In India? Okay, the thing with monkeys throwing poop. So if you have a monkey in a cage and they're upset and they're trying to get to you and they have nothing else that they can grab, yeah, they're going to throw poop at you. They're going to throw dirt, whatever. Seriously. But if they have toys, if they're playing with toys, they're going to throw a toy at you. But, of course you keep them in diapers and then you put diaper covers on them. I have to order diaper covers. We won't need them for a little bit because I'll have him in onesies for a little while. Because you don't want to mess with their diapers.
He's going to need some warm onesies, isn't he? Like he's going to need a jacket or a sweater or something, right? For winter? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know because by wintertime he'll be a little bit bigger. Of course, he'll know. I mean, monkeys grow. I mean, you have to understand this 10 pounds, he'll be about 8 years old before he's full grown. They grow for about 8 years.
Goodness.
I know. I didn't realize that either until maybe last week, 2 weeks ago, maybe. But, ow. Ay, my damn leg.
Good Lord, Solo.
And good time, that monkey and me will be the same height. Right, Noob? But it's very important with monkeys. You don't want them to be bored.
Right.
Because they are smart. They're very clever. And they need their minds to be occupied. So he'll have toys that stimulate the mind and keep his mind engaged. And that is the one thing I've not bought any of. I have not bought any toys yet. And I got to get stuffed animals too. I'll do that sometime.
I wasn't sure on that one, but I know we can get him some toys. That won't be a problem.
No, because I figured I would probably even take a couple of toys with me. Like the hard plastic keys that are like on the key ring. Because that's something that he can put in his mouth if he wants to. Or
what about those Beanie Babies? They're like the little ones. The little ones are all little. Sorry, but they have them now, like kind of at Walgreens and stuff like that. Like they're furry and warm, and they kind of like he can like hold it and squeeze it, and it's not too tough for him to hold it or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I want to get him one that would kind of be about, at least about this big, to where it's easier to handle and move around and take with you if you need to. But at the same time, it's big enough that he can wrap around it if he wants to, so that he can get that comfort from it. But he's
Uh,
also going to have lots of fuzzy blankets too. I do
yes.
have lots of fuzzy blankets.
What about binkies? Do they use those?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had already ordered some pacifiers. I thought they were preemie when I ordered them, and they weren't.
Oh,
So I washed them and put them up. But there is one that I ordered. Oh no, I haven't ordered it yet. I was supposed to.
I can
There's
probably.
one I have to order that it's called a Thumbie,
Yes.
and it's actually designed from the thumb of a premature baby.
Okay.
But monkeys will also, they'll suck their thumb, they'll suck on a finger, and it's really cute when you see a little monkey sucking its thumb.
Yeah, Kim, that's what I was talking about. And like the pacifier clips can also,
That would be a good idea.
I can make those. Like I have the stuff to do it. I just got to paint the hearts blue. They're pink.
Yeah,
So yeah, I can do that too. I might do that tonight.
that'd be cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be one that'll take a pacifier or if he's just going to want to suck on his fingers or his thumb. Won't know till we get him, but
And then we have to
I
wait
know.
for you to bond in order to really, get to hang out and chill. But it's important, and we know that. But still,
It is.
don't be surprised if you see me at her house and I've got the video camera. I'm like, look at this little baby. Yeah, don't be surprised. Be like disinfecting my body with everything.
Right. Well, I mean, Scott and I were talking about that the other day because there's going to be people like my mother that'll get pissed off when they're not allowed to come over right away. But you need to be able to bond with them. But they also need to feel secure. They have just gone through a very traumatic experience.
That's scary.
So they need to know that everything's okay. They're safe. They're secure. Nobody's going to hurt them. And we do have to be careful as well because of the COVID, because monkeys can catch anything that humans can. And a little bitty 1 pound monkey is not going to fare too well.
Yeah.
No, I'm just in the house and like in the car, Michaela, because I don't want to be smoking in the house with the baby monkey or holding him and smoking. So I got the vape, but I'm still going outside and having my cigarettes, girl. The e-liquid is called Twisted Melon.
I've got peaches and cream.
Melon Twist. $20 to $40 Solo. Are there toys or stuffies he would chew or tear up? They're going to chew on just about anything because just like a toddler, just like a little baby, everything they pick up goes in the mouth. That's the same thing with monkeys. And they teeth just like monkeys. So they're going to want, something that they can chew on and stuff.
So would it be safer, like maybe not at first because they don't have teeth yet, right? Like they're
He'll
not
be getting teeth.
right, but he'll go through the teething phase like a baby. So
he'll have a full set of teeth probably by 2.5, 3 months.
Okay, so maybe like the first month, maybe like regular stuffed animals and regular play toys, but maybe after that, would it be better for him to have like little dog toys? You know what I mean? They're not easily pulled apart or anything like that as he starts teething.
Because the only thing with dog toys is it has to have some kind of enrichment value to it. Because the older he gets, the more he's going to need to be able to use his head for stuff.
Okay, so we want him to pull it apart and realize I just broke this.
You do.
Okay.
You do. And you also, you can, get one of the little ball pits, or like a little plastic swimming pool that you put balls in. And then you can put, some of their little food items down in there to where they have to dig for it. And it's kind of that instinctual foraging for their food kind of thing.
There's something I wanted to ask you about. I have got my dog well, it's not just for the dog; it's for my dragons as well. But I have like it's like a playpen kind of, but it's for animals, and there's a top on it. And
I got one.
Okay, you do. Okay,
Mhm.
because I was like, I could try to find you one of those, but it's like it protects my dragons from flying birds, and it keeps Allie from jumping out and trying to get out of the backyard whenever the backyard is actually open. So I was like, I could just keep looking at it. I'm like, does she have one? Does she need
I have one of the pop-up ones where it's like kind of canvas material, and it's got a zipper on the side and then a zipper that goes all the way around the top.
Yeah, that's
And
it. That's it.
It's pink. It's one of the first things I bought when I thought I was going to get a girl.
I'm gonna have to send you some like blue fabric paint or black. You know, he might like black.
We won't tell him that that it's pink. We won't tell him what color.
Right. Yeah. Or maybe the boys can decorate it with like patches or something.
Right. Yeah, Mini Mojo, so he'll have like a small pet carrier, like the real small pet carrier that we can put him in ever so often. Like if I need to go take a shower and Scott's not home to hold him, I can put him in there temporarily to go do that. But we will have, it's like a 3 foot tall. It's a little taller than that, actually. It's about 3.5 foot tall, 3 foot wide, 3-tiered cage that we'll have in the house. And it's collapsible. It's not something that will be up all the time because it's not something he's going to be in much. The only time he will really be in it is if he's wanting that time to himself to play, because they will do that. They're going to want you to leave them alone for a while. They're going to want to have their own little area to go to. And like when we go to football games and stuff for my kids, I'm not taking him out in public like that. No way.
Yeah. It's
So
dangerous.
he's in it for that. But then when he gets a little bigger, we will have an enclosure outside in the backyard. But he will only be in that enclosure if we are sitting out there with him. He will never, ever be outside alone. Ever. Because I don't trust people.
No. Well, not only that, like, they're like babies. Like, how many times did a toddler that you know of in your lifetime find out how to open the front door and walk out?
Mm-hmm.
How many? I know I had some issues with my little escapees, and they're not going to, that baby is not going to be any different.
Right. And we can't even really have him out in the backyard unless we have him on a leash because we have owls out here.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be nothing for an owl to swoop down and take off with him.
Yep.
Or hawks. I haven't seen a hawk in a while, but they're here.
They are here. That's why I have that thing for the dragons, because even if an eagle goes by, they, you know, we've had them swoop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? You know? Yeah. No.
Uh-huh.
No. Yeah, that would fucking kill
That's right, man. That monkey might want his private time. And they do that too, just like teenage boys.
Kim, I hear you, girl. I hear you. I've had them do that to me. I was lucky enough to easily get them to unlock the door. But they would wake up before me, like right after they heard their dad leave. And then they would get out of bed and I'd be conked out, not listening because I was conked out. They would go into the living room, unlock the door, and just go outside, go down the stairs. People brought my kids back to me. And I felt like a really crappy parent. So we had to go and put in those, like a swing lock. And we had to put it at the very, very top, where even if she got a chair, she couldn't reach that sucker. Because
I had a cop bring Garrett home when he was about 3.5, 4 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I believe, girl.
He got up about 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. Decided he wanted to go to the store for some gum. Put his boots on with his pajamas and crossed Villa Maria in Bryan to get to the HEB. I woke up with a knock at the door and I go to unlock the door and I could hear my kid on the other side of that door.
So you're like,
because Garrett couldn't tell him his address. So he walked the cop back to the house.
That's good.
Luckily, I did not get in trouble because apparently the cop had a kid just the same. And we had to get the locks that you have to have a key to lock it from the inside or the outside.
Mhm.
That's what we had to use and put everywhere. Scared me to death.
Mhm. And they're strong little shits. They'll move whatever they can to get to what they want. And that includes locks, everything. And so I don't see a monkey being any fucking less different. They're not going to be any different.
No, I mean, he literally, like, he's got to be wherever I'm at. That's where he's got to be. He has to be where either Scott or I have eyes on him at all times.
What kind of health issues do you have to look out for?
Diabetes is the main one. They're very susceptible for diabetes. Very susceptible. That's why it's very, very important that you stick to the correct diet and stuff with them.
Minnie, my best friend growing up, he had a sugar glider. Cutest, sweetest little thing. But we were like, if we went to that house, you couldn't walk in the house unless you had your hands washed. You didn't have any fruity perfume on. And that was even when it was during the day, like when he was sleeping. My friend would stay up all night with his sugar glider and, play with it and like do all kinds of things with it. So if you wanted to see it, you had to like go over there, during the night to play with it. You wasn't going to wake it up for nobody, which is cool. Well, he ended up having to go to jail. Yeah, I got a lot of friends that like that. Yeah. Anyway, but we were younger. It was juvie, but he had to go to jail. So he told his mother and his brother, please take care of my sugar glider, please. Do you know that they forgot about the glider? Because the glider was in his room. They forgot. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And he came back and yeah. How do you? He was.
It had to be making some kind of noise.
Yeah, but well, in a way, yes and no. Like he could have been. He's in the back of the house, in the back room, and they probably shut the door. The sugar glider was up all night, and they were gone during the day, so they're sleeping at night. So I don't know, but I wouldn't forget. You know what I mean? Like
There's no way I'd forget.
I would have moved him out to the living room so that I could keep an eye on him or something,
Yeah.
They forgot, and he came home and found him.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That is, damn.
Well, it was his animal, so they weren't used to taking care of him. I'm not making excuses, but I can see the thought process. But still, I would have taken him out of that room, and just maybe even set the cage right in front of the door. Like, don't forget.
Right.
But yeah, that happened.
Damn.
Puppy stew for supper.
Oh, Michaela. Nevaeh and Preston. I've always liked her dogs' names. Making puppy stew. Oh, that's sad. Oh, somebody asked a while ago what kind of diet. So it's, lots of leafy greens, vegetables, some fruit. And of course, you don't even introduce them to that too much. Maybe a bite here or there. But then you'll really start adding that to their diet once they're about 4 months old. But for the first 4 months, their main sustenance comes from formula and cereal, rice cereal. And then they move into, your fruits and, like I said, leafy greens and vegetables. I know,
You know
a lot of them like sweet potatoes and stuff. And they have something called monkey biscuits. And they are going to eat a lot of monkey biscuits. Monkey biscuits, it's like a kind of like what a dog treat or something would look like, but it's packed full of the minerals and vitamins and even like pieces of bugs and all that kind of stuff that they would need in their diet.
That's awesome.
80% of their diet really consists of monkey biscuits.
Yeah, I know, Solo. Like, I got a adult female from the single mom, and like she's like, I just can't take care of it. You know, it needs a home. It needs help. You know, like I just can't hold it. I can't play with it. We're going through some hard times. I'm like, okay, just bring me the animal. You know, but I told her like I'm not paying you a rehoming fee to take in the animal. Like I'm adopting it from you. Like I'm taking it off your hands. She's fine. Here you go. Give me all her shit. Nothing that she brought me was proper for that animal. Nothing.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like really worried because I'm like, fuck, I didn't know like it was that bad. She was real skinny, real dark. Like you could tell she wasn't good. And I was worried about her calcium because when they don't have enough calcium, they can get deformities. There's a name for it. Hello will tell us in just a moment because I forgot. Anyway, but we ended up getting her in a bigger tank. And these tanks are like couch size tanks. Like they're huge. Got her a bigger tank, got her the proper lighting. My children were cleaning out the tanks and thought it would be easier to put all three at the time in one tank.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So our male, while they were doing that, our male got them both. And of course, you can hear when they're mating, it's not pleasant. It's a lot of noise. So we heard that and we're like, God damn it. You know, got them all separated. But we ended up having 2 sets of eggs. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Thing was terrible because they dig. They bury their eggs. So they dig and they dig and they dig and they just can't help it. It's like they're nesting, you know?
Yeah.
It's terrible. But yeah, once I got her good, got her to a new home, and the eggs went to we packaged them properly until we found somebody that could take care of them because we had no idea about eggs. But yeah, so.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
No, I've not tried corn on the cob in the air fryer yet. 370, 16 minutes, 8 minutes each side. Oh.
Do you put butter on it?
Yeah, do you put butter on it? Like when you cook it or just afterwards or what?
And is it fresh or is it frozen? Girl, you better you gotta break it down.
We need details.
Yeah, Solo, they really are. We have a neighbor that has one too, and he takes his out in public. We don't take ours out in public. We learned very quickly that people don't appreciate lizards. And the neighbor that takes his out in public, he has a leash. He walks on a leash, and he's super cute, but people fucking flip out because they're scared of him. And they cuss out. I mean, they are vicious. Why are you paying? It's like, shut the fuck up. He doesn't do nothing. He's more scared of you.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't do the lizards though. Like that just isn't my thing. I'll stick to monkeys.
I didn't choose the dragon life. Dragon life chose me. Through my husband.
All right. Well, it's probably about time to jump off here.
Yes. So I'm glad that we got a good little base.
Oh, wait. Before I get off, I have to show y'all what Scott made.
Yes.
I keep telling y'all about it.
Y'all, I'm excited.
Okay, he's going to go get it.
Do you want me to
So cool.
make you some iron-ons of his name, or do you want me to put him on a onesie and send them to you?
That would be so cute. Yeah, either way. It doesn't matter because I have some onesies that I think I've got some solid color ones. I think.
You just let me know what colors you would prefer because I probably have every color in the rainbow.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yes, that would be cool.
Fresh,
Yeah,
chuck
we
it,
need
wash
we
it, spray
need
it.
some onesies with his little name on it.
I need paper. I need to write this down because that sounds delicious.
Ah, here we go. She's there we go. Look, look, look.
Oh, I like that.
Cool.
You did really good. Not saying
Yeah,
that I thought it was bad, but I didn't expect it to look like that. That's awesome.
Right.
I like that.
So I think when we get like in a couple of months, when he gets big enough for us to do the outside enclosure, we'll put that on his outside enclosure.
Olive oil.
Fresh, shuck it, wash it, spray it with olive oil, salt, lay in basket.
Where'd it go? 370, 16 minutes.
8 minutes each side.
Okay.
That's gonna be so good.
70.
Right, Pearl? He needs some supernatural swag.
Oh, I can do that too. Y'all, I got a Cricut machine. If y'all don't know what a Cricut machine is, y'all need to look it up because Lord Jesus, it is a fucking amazing machine.
She
Yes.
make all kinds of stuffs.
Okay.
There's a supernatural monthly box. It may be bi-monthly. Girl, what?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I
I
don't think I have too much time to do much of anything once he's here.
we got a loot. We used to have a loot crate that came every month, which was really exciting. Like I did Ipsy, and my husband did the loot crate, and we prepaid for the year, and that stuff was really fun. So I might look.
Yeah, I
at
did Ipsy a long time ago, and I did the Scentbird. I did Scentbird for a while too. I really liked that one too. All right, well, I guess I better jump off here.
All righty, girlfriend.
Y'all, though, thank you, Kim and Punky and Pearl. I so appreciate it.
Y'all make sure you hit the like button so she knows that you like her. No, I'm just kidding. Just hit it because
Right. And I appreciate all of y'all being here. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm glad. And hey, any other questions that anybody thinks of, just put them in the comment section or something. I'll do my best to answer them. Even if it's something I got to go look up to find out.
Yep. Okay. Michaela, I'm working on those. Yes. And all right, I'll get out of here. Bye, guys. Should I go live? I don't think so. Maybe not. Not a good idea. I made a lot of people mad today. So, all righty. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And I will see y'all later. Maybe. If I can get the broadcast to end. Why is it doing this?